Hello everybody, it is time for my 10-hour oil change in my Ariens Ikon XD. I bought this last year in April, and because of the drought I didn't have hardly any hours on it. Right now I'm at like 9.9 as you can see there, so it's extremely clean because I've only got to mow it a few times from April to the end of the season just because we didn't get much rain. This has been a very nice mower. I've been very pleased with it. This is my second lawn tractor that I've owned. I owned a Cub Cadet before, had it 11 years, and I thought it was pretty nice until I got this and realized how great the construction is on this. The deck is fantastic. It is so stable, so solid. It doesn't bounce around. It does a beautifully smooth cut. So I've been very, very pleased with it. So all I have to do right now for this, for the 10 hours, is just change the oil. So as you can tell, I bought another Kawasaki oil filter. Bought a couple quarts of Mobil 1 just because I was gonna get the Ariens oil, but the Mobil 1 was basically the same price for a full synthetic instead of a synthetic blend. So I thought I'd do that. And as you can see, right there's where we're gonna be adding the oil. You can see right down there is where we will drain the oil. And then there's the filter. And the filter says it's 49065. 0721 is the Kawasaki filter that's on that. So let's get that to focus. Come on, phone, focus. There we go. So there you go. So I'm getting ready to get this set up and get this drained and let you know how easy this is. We'll find out. One of the things that you notice here is you've got a cap there at the bottom where I'm going to drain the oil, and it has open and close. So it just actually, I can just open it and close it. I turn it right or left, and you just remove the cap. So I'm going to remove the cap first, and then I'll place the drain plug on it that Ariens has provided, and I'll put it in my little pan there. And then once I get it all set up, then I'll open it up and let it drain out. As you can see, I got the hose on there, and you do have to turn that little oil, the little oil plug, a few times to get it to open up. We go. But it does flow out, and it is going, and it is slow going, but it's going. So we're going to wait till all the oil drains out, and then we'll go back in and we'll top it back off. Now they do have, I've seen online, Kawasaki has a adapter that plugs in here and replaces this, where it already has a built-in hose that goes all the way out, like this one does, out to drain it, where you don't have to mess with this anymore. You just have to undo it and loosen it at the cap at the end. That might be a consideration, because that's not the easiest thing to get to and reach. So, I mean, to take the few turns it took to open it, took a few minutes. So not the easiest, not the most accessible, but it's not bad either. So I'll put the link to that item in the description in case you're interested. Like I said, this is not the greatest, but it's not bad, and it's not too messy. So I'll come back to you in a few minutes when this thing is drained, and we'll top it off and check it out. Alrighty, it finished draining. So I put the cap back on, and now I'm tightening it, and it's just righty-tighty to put that back on. Let me get it good and tight. It's not the easiest thing to tighten up. Like I said, the location of this is not the best, but everything just should be hand tight. There we go. Alrighty, now I'm going to take off the filter. I've got the plug kind of tight. Let's get we can get this thing to focus a little bit. I had to use a wrench to get this thing loose, because man, that puppy was tighter than anything. So this is the engine filter that I got for it. It's Kawasaki. I got it on Amazon. 49065-0721. And one of the things it tells you to do is just fill this thing up to the thread line, and then let it soak in before you put it on. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And there we go. We'll let it sit and soak for a second. It shouldn't take long. And then I'll get a funnel and we will load it up, crank it up, and see how it goes. Make sure when you do that, you get some of this excess oil after it soaks in and wipe it around the gasket before you put it on, so it'll get a good seal, and just hand tighten it back on. You don't need to I guess from factory, good night, a machine must have done it, because that thing was on there so tight I had to get a wrench to get it going. So, alrighty buddy, I'll be right back. It didn't take very long to soak in. Always clean your funnel, just because you don't want dirt and debris in it. So I always just kind of get a paper towel. I keep mine pretty clean, they're inside, but I still run a paper towel, make sure there's no dirt or debris running through it. And then once I pull this out and clean it up, make sure it's good, we'll load up the oil. See, like I said, I just pull it all the way through. And that way I can look and it's nice and clean. And it'll be ready to go. So let me get the filter back on. Got the filter right here. And I'm gonna put it right on in here. And it just screws on. There we go. Got a paper towel. So I can get that on nice and hand tight. Mess, a little oil spill. I'm gonna double check that, make sure it's good and hand tight, and it is. And now we'll just add the oil. It says it takes 2 quarts, but I would say after you put in the first quart, put in half of the second quart and just measure it to see where it's at, because it might not take 2 full quarts. We'll start here on the second quart. Like I said, we'll put in about half and then see where we're at. And then one thing I'd recommend is probably start it up, let it run for a few minutes, and then check it again so the oil can run through the engine. Putting in too much oil, not good, and underfilling it, not good either. So check both. Better safe than sorry. I'm almost there. All right, I'm gonna stop now. And then I'm gonna check and see where we're at. Let's see where we're at here. All righty. Oh, we need just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Not quite there yet. So here we go. It's just a little under the fill line. We'll check it again here. Let's see where it's at. There we go. It's full. It is full. Let's double check. One more time. It's at the full marker. So now I'll just start it up. We'll let it run. Then I'll check it again. Alrighty. We'll start it up. Let's see how it goes. After letting it run for just a few minutes, we're going to check the oil again. See where we're at. It is still full. So at times it takes like about 1 3/4 quarts. And that's not bad, because you can just save what's left over and check it as you mow and make sure that the oil always stays full. Overall, this wasn't that big of a deal. That down there, not the easiest access. Just kind of raise your seat to make sure you can get access to it. It's easy. And then, like I said, I've got a little oil pan down there to catch the runoff. So, and when you first time you do this, that little filter is not going to be the easiest thing to get off, but you can get it off. So overall, easy oil change, not too bad. I will put the link in the description for that adapter that goes on here, and it just runs all the way out. So all you have to do is out here, it would come out here and you can undo it there instead of messing with it here. Is it worth the cost? I don't know. That'll be for you to decide. But hopefully you're enjoying your mower. This Ariens has been great. I've had it for a year. Man, it cuts so nice and it does so good. I've been very pleased with it. It's held up nicely. I mean, I know I didn't mow it much, only 10 hours in a year. But like I said, the last one was it rattled a lot. The deck bounced everywhere. And this thing is just constructed so much better, so much smoother. Mows so much nicer. The cut's really good. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it was helpful. Any questions, just put them in the comment section. I'll try to answer them for you. I'll put in all the links for the stuff that I bought, which is the oil filter. Oil is, I mean, you can get any kind of oil you want. I was gonna get the Ariens oil, but for the same price, I could get Mobil 1 full synthetic instead of the synthetic blend. So I just chose that. So hopefully you guys have a great time. Enjoy your mower. Any questions, hit me up. Take care.